What if today was your last day? What if you closed your eyes tonight, never to open them again? A 71-year-old man passed away this morning. His name was Robert. To most, he was just another elderly man living out his final days. But behind his quiet life was a story filled with lessons that many of us ignore until it's too late. Robert wasn't famous. He didn't make headlines. But his life and his regrets hold powerful truths about how we should be living right now. He spent years waiting for the right time to enjoy life. He thought he had more time to reconnect with loved ones. He ignored his health, let old grudges linger, and never truly shared his wisdom before it was too late. But his story doesn't have to be yours. Today, we'll uncover 5 powerful lessons from Robert's life and death, lessons that can change the way you live today, before regret sets in. So ask yourself, if today was your last day, would you be at peace? Or would you have unfinished business? Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Time is a non-renewable resource. Mr. Robert was a man who always believed in hard work. As a dedicated schoolteacher, he spent decades shaping young minds, staying late to grade papers, and sacrificing weekends to help struggling students. He often told himself, "One day I'll take that trip. One day I'll relax and enjoy life." He had dreams, seeing the Eiffel Tower, driving along the coast, and spending slow mornings with a cup of coffee, watching the sunrise. But life kept him busy, and someday always felt just around the corner. When retirement finally arrived, Robert thought his time had come. But by then, his body was no longer as strong as his ambitions. The long hours at work had taken a toll on his health. His knees ached when he walked. His energy was low, and the excitement he once had for adventure had faded into fatigue. The vacations he had planned remained just that, plans. He had spent his entire life saving for the future, only to realize that the future had quietly slipped away. Robert's story is a reminder that time is the one thing we can never get back. No matter how much money we earn, how carefully we plan, or how long we wait, lost time is lost forever. If we keep postponing joy, we may wake up one day to find that it's too late. So don't wait for someday to truly live. Take that trip. Call that friend. Do the things that bring you happiness today. Because today is the only time we truly own. Lesson 2. Loneliness is a silent killer. 10 years ago, Mr. Robert lost the love of his life. His wife had been his best friend, his partner in everything. When she was gone, the house felt emptier, the days felt longer, and the silence became deafening. At first he tried to keep himself busy, but as the years went on, loneliness crept in. His children had their own families, their own responsibilities. The phone calls became less frequent. The visits became rare. Robert never wanted to bother anyone, so he stopped reaching out. Each day looked the same. Wake up, turn on the television, eat alone, and wait for bedtime. The walls of his home became the only company he had. He used to love tending his garden, chatting with neighbors, and taking walks in the park. But little by little, he withdrew. One day, he simply stopped coming outside. The world moved on, and few even noticed. Robert's story is a painful reminder that loneliness doesn't happen all at once. It sneaks up on you, slowly closing in until there's no one left around. But life isn't meant to be lived in isolation. Relationships matter more than anything. A call, a visit, a shared moment, these are the things that keep us truly alive. If you have family, reach out. If you have old friends, reconnect. And if you feel alone, seek out a community, even if it's just a friendly conversation with a neighbor. Because at the end of life, it's not wealth or possessions that bring happiness. It's the people we share our days with. Lesson 3. Health is wealth. Don't ignore it. Mr. Robert always had an excuse when it came to his health. "Ah, a little sugar won't hurt," he'd say as he sipped his sweetened coffee. "I've been eating like this my whole life. Why change now?" Exercise. He laughed at the thought. "I'm too old to start running around like a kid." His doctor warned him, cut down on sugar, watch his blood pressure, get some movement in every day. But Robert brushed it off. Life was meant to be enjoyed, he thought. What harm could a few small indulgences do? At first the signs were small. A little extra weight, some stiffness in the mornings, feeling more tired than usual. But he ignored them. Then came the real problems. His legs weakened, making it hard to move around. His heart wasn't as strong as it once was. Simple tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries felt impossible. His mind was still sharp, but his body was failing him. He regretted it, wishing he had taken his doctor's advice when he still had the chance. Robert's story is a lesson we must all take seriously. Your body is your most valuable asset, and once it starts failing, everything else becomes harder. Small habits make a huge difference. A daily walk, cutting back on sugar, drinking more water, stretching in the morning, these little things add up over time. Don't wait for a doctor to warn you. Don't wait until you're too weak to enjoy life. Start taking care of yourself today, because without good health, even the best years of your life can slip away too soon. Lesson 4. Forgive before it's too late. Mr. Robert and his younger brother James had once been inseparable. As kids, they played for hours in the backyard, shared secrets, and stood by each other through life's ups and downs. But one day, a small argument turned into something bigger. Neither of them could even remember how it started. Something about money, or maybe a misunderstanding. It didn't matter. What mattered was that neither was willing to pick up the phone first. "If he wants to talk, he knows where to find me," Robert would say. James felt the same. And so the years passed. 1 year became 5, 5 became 10. Soon 2 decades had gone by. Both brothers thought about calling each other many times. But pride got in the way. And then it was too late. When James finally stood at Robert's funeral, staring at the closed casket, the words he had rehearsed in his head for years were useless now. No more second chances, no more time, only regret remained. Life is too short for grudges. We think we have time, but the truth is we never know when our last conversation with someone will be. Anger and pride steal precious moments that we can never get back. So don't wait. If there's someone in your life you need to make peace with, do it now. Call them, send a message, say, "I'm sorry," or "I forgive you." Because one day the chance to do so will be gone, and all that will be left is silence. Lesson 5. Leave a legacy, not just regrets. Mr. Robert had lived a full life, one filled with struggles, victories, and lessons that could have guided those who came after him. He had seen tough times, made mistakes, and found his own way through them. He had stories of resilience, love, and wisdom that could have inspired his children and grandchildren. But he never shared them. "Ah, they're too young to care," he would say. "Maybe one day I'll write them down." But that day never came. When Robert passed away, his voice was lost forever. His grandchildren barely knew the depth of his experiences, how he overcame hardships, how he loved their grandmother, or what truly mattered to him. They only had faded photographs and scattered memories from family members. The lessons he had learned over decades never got passed down, and the wisdom that could have shaped their futures was buried with him. A life well lived should not end in silence. Every person has something valuable to share, whether it's life lessons, skills, or simple words of encouragement. Don't let your wisdom disappear. Talk to your loved ones. Tell your stories. Write them down if you can. Mentor someone younger. Share what you've learned so that when you are gone, you leave behind more than just memories. You leave behind a legacy. Conclusion. Mr. Robert's story is a reminder that life is fragile and every moment counts. Time is a non-renewable resource. Don't waste it. Loneliness is a silent killer. Stay connected. Health is wealth. Take care of your body. Forgiveness should never wait. Let go of grudges. And most importantly, leave a legacy, not just regrets. Share your wisdom while you still can. Now, I want to hear from you. If this video made you reflect on life, comment 9 below. If you feel like it's too late to change, comment 0. But remember, as long as you're breathing, it's never truly too late. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay connected, and most importantly, make every day count. See you in the next video.